Well, hello people, and welcome back to Manor Lords. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I love playing this game at the moment, and I've got some things on the agenda for today. I'd like to begin building our forces now. First of all, I would love to have some archers for some extra damage output. So I think we're going to take our first burgage plot up to level 2 today, and I think we'll do... This one here doesn't have an upgrade, so first of all we need to upgrade it to level 2, let's do that straight away. And we'll make this the highest priority. We also have a new message. We received a band of raiders roaming the nearby land. Should we track their steps? We'll be ready for them, don't worry too much about that. There is current already raiders knocking about. We have a raider camp just across the bridge here. And then we've also got one across the next province as well, so that's going to be quite a lot of money for us to get involved in, so I really want to get rid of them today. Which is what we'll start doing, so we'll wait for this to hit up level 2. That's highest priority, so that'll start being worked on. And then I'd also like to develop some more interesting shaped burgage plots, using the road tools to actually kind of force them into a specific shape here. So I want to start growing up some residential over this side here. So what I really want to kind of make is a bit of a rectangle with kind of a bit sticking out, if you like. So if this is going to be the bit sticking out here, let's force our rectangle to be against the current road configuration here, right? So we have what is essentially the rectangle following here, and then with this little bit sticking out. And then with the little bit sticking out, we can actually force our house to occupy that space. So by filling it like this, and then reducing it down, that's going to give us just one house to fill this entire spot. I'm going to go ahead and build that, okay? Now what this is going to do is give us a huge plot for vegetables, which is going to be quite important. So we'll look forward to that being built regardless. Beyond that, everything else in the village is fairly swell. We have another 12 months worth of food. The berries are about to come back into season as well, which is really the backbone of our food economy in this village. And then with this also upgrading to level 2, which we can see the supplies arriving now for, which is very, very cool. We're also going to need to think about some beer as well at some point today, which we absolutely will do. Go. So we are going to lose this family, of course, when we set up a backyard extension. We do lose a working family. So I'm going to make this a bowyer's workshop. That's going to allow us to produce bows and thus have some archers as part of our forces. It does mean we lose construction, so what do we have an overabundance of here? We've got a lot of planks, a lot of berries as well. We're doing quite well for honey. But just why we wait for a new family to arrive and rebalance our worker numbers, we'll take them out of one of the apiaries there as well. Cool, so now we have an advanced tab so we can check out. We want them to be focusing on warbows. We don't have the iron parts needed to produce crossbows. And then we can set some reserves. Building will stop production if the region's surplus of this resource is less than or equal to said reserve. And then we can also set some production limits as well. Not massively bothered about that just yet, because we've got plenty of planks, I think, haven't we? Yeah, 113 is absolutely fine. But this should now allow us to recruit some archers into said forces. And I think we need at least 5, don't we? So we'll wait for 5 bows to be produced. And then we'll get this house built up here as well, and let's make this high priority. And I did want to also have a look at buying a horse as well. Where are our tradespeople here? One of them's out trading now, so there should be a bump to our regional wealth in the not too distant future. Now let's have a look at our boys here. So where are our people? They are crafting, waiting, so we should see them head to the storehouse. Yes, there we go, there we go. So she's bringing the planks from the storehouse over to the new boyer's shop, which is allowing us to produce bows now, which is so cool, isn't it? Again, just endless compliments for Manor Lords' simulation in action like that. Very cool. And there you go, he comes out with the bows. Very, very sweet. Where are you going, sir? Mind if I ask? So he's just going to transport the warboat, is he? Yeah, okay, so that's the first warboat coming out. And I guess he's going to go drop that in general storage, right? He probably is. So let's wait for 5 bows to come in. And I also wouldn't mind relocating what is essentially that industry today as well, a little bit more towards the forest line now, because I'd like some more burgage plots, I think, to start surrounding this central marketplace. So we'll probably start relocating that today as well, hopefully. But let's hang around here. Let's wait for construction finish level 1, burgage plot. Has that just finished construction, has it? Oh, our first vegetable plots are also coming in as well now, which is nice. We did just get a little boost there, so I'm going to go ahead and buy a horse. When that horse comes in, it will live at the small stable with our single ox. And then we can assign that through the livestock tab on the trading post. So that horse essentially becomes our trade horse, right? Got really high approval at the minute as well. There's another 20 gold coming in from the trade. And then we're going to have a big old vegetable plot here as well in a second. I wouldn't mind forming up a few more of these little roads here as well. So if I want my little sticky out bit to be there, let's force the shape of our road to kind of come around here. Like so, I think is what I want to do. And again, we'll come back to our burgage plot. And then I really just want to run this. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to see through the forest there, isn't it? Let's see if we can position this rightly. That should do there, I think, actually. I think I'll be pretty happy with that. And then let's get that one growing there as well. We'll have some larger burgage plots on the edge of town here that are going to be producing an awful lot of vegetables for us. Wonderful, let's summon all our forces, come over to the bridge, gents, and this should be close enough actually to bait these bandits over toward us. So here they come, here come our forces. Our retinue, we've also got some other bandits there as well. Where are you boys going? You've just disappeared into the forest line again, haven't you? There you are. I reckon they're coming to kill these current bandits then, aren't they? Well, let's make sure we kill them before they do, because I want the loot. Yes, there we go. There's the bandits. So let's set up our forces on the bridge. This is the first time I've really fought on the bridges, which should be pretty cool. And let's have our archers just behind here. Hopefully we should arrive at the bridge in time. And we can watch our first fight here. Everyone settle in. Here comes the band of merry men. It's about to kick off. Oh, the trader's in the way. You are. Oh, there we go. He's running away. He's running away. So a great little bottleneck there at the head of the bridge. Not quite as dramatic as the siege of Minas Tirith, is it? Send these spears into them as well. And it looks like they're getting a good scene too. Should be no problem at all. They are already starting to lose. Yeah, there we go. That should be them done. Good little fight on the bridge though. Great little bottlenecks them, aren't they? Absolutely wonderful. There we go. Goodbye. Let's go ahead and raid their camp. And then we're going to send these boys off to go fight another battle. Which is a fair trek away. We need to actually send them all the way over here. We'll probably fight on the border, I reckon. Because they do have quite a large detection radius. There we go. So, yeah, come raid the camp. New families are also moving in back in the village as well, which is great. New message. So I want this to go to the treasury because I want to spend it on new retinue. So I'm going to send it to the Lord rather than the town. Because we're making money in the town via trade. So I'd rather it go to treasury. And then with this one, let's pause our game and then let's align everyone on this road here. Also fast forward that as well. Draw up our spears at the front and then we'll have our bows line up just there as well. Of course our production chains will grind to a little bit of a halt here as well. And we do have negative effectiveness. I think that's just because they're running through forest uphill maybe. I'm not sure on that one. In the meantime, we do have 2 new families. Do we have people living here yet? Not just yet. And this one's still under construction. So with a little bit more regional wealth. This is a big burgage plot here. I think we're going to get some vegetables growing here. And with an eye to eventually upgrade to another level 2 house to supply beer, because I'm going to want the brewery extension at some point, which will produce ale from malt. We also need to look at importing malt via trade, which should be a commodity, I think. Or crop. No. Food. It's got to be one of these crafting materials. It is, yeah. Malt is there. So 14 to import malt for that brewery, so we'll set that up at some point too. Oh, let's hope the other ruler's army doesn't make it to those bandits before we do. They shouldn't do. Again, let's reposition them here. Let's get a staunch line of spears with our archers. Let's get this fight over with before the other army gets there. And there they are. Waiting for them to launch an attack. Don't seem to have noticed us just yet. Let's move up into the open field here. Oh, some animals there. What province is this in, actually? Not sure what province it is we're going to claim first. There we go, they have noticed us. So let's make sure we're set up, ready to receive them. Should be okay there. We're getting 2 fights already at the start of today's episode. Tremendously exciting, isn't it? I do really enjoy the RTS elements of Manor Lords. It makes it a very unique city build in that element, I think, doesn't it? Make sure they actually meet our spears here as well. Let's see if we can flank our archers around to the side here to get some shots into the side. Should be quite an easy win this one again as well. There we go, wonderful. Influence gained, absolutely fabulous, super. So we'll send the archers across to claim the loot, and then the retinue and our spears can head home, where we will be able to tell them to get back to work essentially. Now I think that's all the bandit camps currently taken care of. No more reside across the map. Yeah, that's it. Cool. So when these archers get over here, again I think, but we do actually already have 1k influence, so we can also claim another territory as well, which I think we will do. Now in terms of which one we want to do, let's have a look at, I mean barley fertility would be good, any kind of fertility really, because our first province is not going to be farming. The one to the north does have a strong fish deposit and strong iron, or rich deposits rather. And the province to the south of us isn't really that great in all honesty. It's got rich salt, but salt isn't superb, I don't think. I think we'll claim this one then, Wildfeld. Can we claim this with influence? I think this is the one I want to go for, isn't it? We have rich iron deposit, which is great for trading. And then rich shoal of fish as well. We're going to press claim toward Wildfeld. Let's go ahead and claim this camp as well. This will be ours. Tremendously successful start to the episode. And there we go. Fabulous. And again, I'm going to send it to the treasury because I think we're making enough money via trade, slowly at least anyway, to pay for everything we need in the town. Whilst we do have some decent treasury now, I'm going to take this as an opportunity to upgrade our retinue when they get back. So let's make sure all of our soldiers return home now. This is fantastic news. Do we have folk living in here yet? We do not. I'm also going to expand the living space of these new houses as well though. Do we have our horse yet? We do have our horse. Wonderful. So we should be able to assign this to our trade post now. Where is the horse? Where are you, Jorg? He's following. Has he not arrived yet? Possibly he hasn't arrived. That's okay though. He will at some point. So we've got a couple of families spare at the minute. Let's just kind of review our situation. Food is going to be needed. Our berries are back in stock now as well. Let's get those working. That's going to prop our food back up again. And then I think I'll take this as an opportunity to begin relocating our industry, essentially, to the new edge of town, which will be there. So let's move all this over. Again, I'm going to try and keep it in a somewhat sensible configuration. Don't want these saw pits being too far from our general storage either, because we're going to be using those planks to make bows. And then the stonecutters camp and the hunting camp and the tanneries, they can probably all stay there. What can we do with the well? So we can actually upgrade this to a stone well now. Increases the capacity of the well, supplying up to 50 burgage plots with drinking water. Well, that sounds very exciting. So I think we'll do that. I actually think I want to move the well though. How about over here on the main road, I think, and then I'm going to delete this one because I would like to have more burgage plots around here, like I mentioned. Let's go ahead and move up some roads outside the front of this house too. And then we'll wait for all these logs to be removed, which is going to take a little while, to be fair. We do have bodies needing burial as well. Let's go ahead and stick someone in the church then, because that's really going to hurt our happiness if there is unburied bodies. They will go and collect them now. Wonderful, here come our merry men home from war, disbanded war. There we go, the archers are still on their way back, are they? They are indeed. But yeah, we definitely don't want to leave those bodies out too long. That will be a serious happiness debuff. Do we have people in these new homes yet? Not just yet. Waiting to upgrade these into vegetable plots so they can start to be worked. And I think I'm also going to go ahead and build a second shelter stable, is what it's called. I'd probably like another ox in the not too distant future. Now we're starting to spread out a little bit. So we'll build a hitching post. Where can we have you? Is there a little happy spot perhaps around here? See if we can find one. Maybe next door to our well. Which from a sanitation perspective doesn't seem like the smartest thing in the world. But we don't have to worry about that in Manor Lords, thankfully. Cool. So this ox is going to take a little while to shift all these logs around. There's our workers. You guys can disband. Super. So let's spend some of that money upgrading retinue. We've very nearly claimed Wildfeld as well. So let's come into... Actually, what was it? The, was it administration? Yeah, so the settlers camp, we can place on the empty claimed territory in order to settle it. Grants base starting supplies. And an initial population. So maybe we want to save a lot of our money for that instead. Let's come to our retinue, because this is what I actually wanted to do. So let's do retinue, let's do customize them. So we can buy, that leaves us with 281. You want to upgrade their armor, it's 34, which we can't afford. Otherwise we do start to increase population size though, and especially moving up 2 houses to level 2, we will start to accumulate more treasury. But I am going to make sure that we can afford the settlers camp, because I would like to get Wildfeld set up. That's going to help us provide fish and rich iron, so we'll probably formulate our settlement around this little lake here, I think. It should be quite fun. Those bodies are slowly being cleared up now, which is wonderful news. Still got good approval. Food is on the down. Wonderful. Look at that. Look at that. Region claimed. So this is ours now, isn't it? We'll send our people over there in a second. The hitching post is here. Definitely want this to be upgraded to a stable. So let's get that upgrade done. That way we can have another ox come in, which will dramatically help us with moving all the resources around. I actually want to make that stable highest of priorities. Shouldn't take too long to do. And then let's go ahead and order another ox, which won't come in immediately, it'll take a little while to get here. But when he does, we should be okay. How are we doing for firewood? Do we need another woodcut yet? We've got a year's worth of fuel. Well, I definitely want people back in the saw pit though, logging camp, sorry. And then let's just set your work area up again. Pretty much this entire area. Guess we can probably take it to maximum size, can't we? Start work on clearing all this out. So checking out our level 2 burgage plot, we're actually keeping him fairly happy and it's not affecting our rating too much either, thanks to all the food variety that we have at the moment. Which is only going to increase further when those vegetables come in, which they are in the process of doing now. Won't be too long before we have another major vegetable plotting over here as well. No one's moved into these homes yet. Guessing it's just going to be a case of time, probably. Spaces for 2 people in. There we go, there's another family just moved in over there as well. I guess these extra living spaces still have some capacity, right? So they will fill up first. So I think I'd like to move Shack Spits. Is that how we're pronouncing that? Shack Spits, probably. Not sure, maybe our German brethren can help us with that one. But I would like this to move up to medium village. So I think I'd like to move this burgage plot here up to level 2. Well, let's do that, which will give us the requirement we need. And I think I'd also like to have a bit more development around our castle plan here. So let's place a road from our castle manor, and then I wouldn't mind some walls and gates through here. So let's just basically run this right along the road. That seems pretty good to me. Let's run this around the perimeter. Seems pretty good. And then let's do we can't do a garrison tower just yet, or an outer tower. Let's just commit to that first of all then. That should be fine. Did our second ox arrive? Where is our animal count? Yeah, we've got 2 oxes now. I guess 2 oxen is the plural, right? And then in terms of how we're doing here, I think we're ready to go ahead and set up the other building as well, or the other settlement now. We've got plenty of people here. I think I wouldn't mind some more people doing some more trading. They're also ploughing the vegetable field over here as well. Maybe there is a bit of optimization to be had there in terms of making sure that the traders don't have a vegetable plot. Although there's nothing actually stored inside here at the minute anyway. So it should be okay. Is there anything we want to trade here? I think what we will do is set up a pack station. So if we come to logistics, a pack station here will allow us to send and receive goods between this and another region. And because this region over here, Wildfeld, has rich fish and rich iron, I think we'll end up sending a lot of that back to Shackspitz. My pronounce sounds very weird. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that quite right. So that's the plan. Let's go ahead and get some more burgage plots down. Because I would like to have every job here totally populated, including the apiaries and things like the tannery and the animal camp. So let's do some... Can we drag you guys out to be a little different shape here? Maybe can we send that one a bit further up? I'd quite like to have some larger gardens here. And then should we do 2 here? 1 would be absolutely enormous, but we only get a bit of an awkward space there, so I think maybe we'll do 2. 2 more burgage pots there, I think. That should be quite good. And then we can have everything kind of growing up around the central square here. I would also like to preempt the pub as well, I think. So let's come to residential. We'll grab the tavern here. And can we grab you right next to the trading post? Because we're going to need that now we're moving up to level 2 burgage plots here as well, right? Let's go ahead and wait for this burgage plot to be done, and then we can spend our next development point. I'm not sure what we're going to put it on. We're not really specialised in this province, so we might have a look at some trade. Or we can do something with the orchids, maybe. Cool. So we'll leave this village at this size for a little bit. So in terms of our second development point, we are doing a bit of trade here. Half trade route cost is pretty good. Has been nerfed though, it used to be a lot better. Foreign supplies isn't too bad, although you have to pay for them. The extra bread is a good food variety. So we can get orchidry here, which I don't think we've ever done before. I'd be quite keen to try that. We won't be going any further down that development route. So we could say apple harvest happens around September in every year, with apple trees taking approximately 3 to 4 years to fully mature. Let's go down awkwardly then, because that's going to give us yet further food variation, which is going to be helpful. In terms of where we want to put this, these have got chickens, that's the boyer shop. You will become another artisan. Do we want to... I mean, we can't, we don't have the malt coming in yet anyway, so I don't think there's a point in upgrading that one just yet. And then these have all got vegetable plots around the back here as well, haven't they? And we can take that person out of the church now as well. Yeah, I don't think we'll do the brewer's upgrade just yet, because the tavern's not even ready, and then we don't even have the malt to make it. So we'll just let things tick over here, I think. Let's make sure everything's stocked up here. We definitely want people in the saw pit, because those planks are being used to make the bows. How are we doing for bows now? We've got 17 bowmen, which is fantastic. That's really good. Logging camp's populated. And we'll also put someone in the woodcutter's lodge as well. Super. So everyone around here now is pretty happy. We've got 65% approval. We could afford to tax people a little bit more. Yeah, I would like to give someone the orchid upgrade, although it is 50 regional wealth to actually upgrade that, so maybe we'll leave that, although the level 2 one has to become the specialist anyway. That should be fine then, that's really good. So I think we'll go ahead and set up our next settlement and get that one working before we round out today's episode. Let's do logistics, and we will have our pack station first of all. So you will send things to the new settlement. Oh, can I squeeze you in there? Oh, what a shame. I feel like this game would really benefit from a form of anarchy at some point, right? Let's just have this next door then. Got a pack station, and we'll use that to send goods back into Wildfeld, and then administration. Let's go ahead and do settlers camp. This is going to cost us 250 regional wealth. And we're going to settle, I think, right by the pond, although it's a fair old drop there, isn't it? So let's get our initial structure in town set up here. Yes, we only have the 251, so that's fine. These settlement options aren't available yet, are they? It'd be really cool when these are good to start specialising different things and when that gets developed. I also believe as well, having spoke to what Darren plays on his live stream recently, that the next few additions to Manor Lords should be really kind of focused on content going forward rather than kind of tweaks and amends, so should start to see lots more things added to the game hopefully very soon. Cool, so this is a brand new settlement. Logging camp, of course, is our first priority, alongside a well, which we should have plenty of availability for here. Let's get that one in there. And then you should have food on the floor as well, you do indeed. So we also want a granary. Now let's think about where we can set the granary up. I wouldn't mind it right by the fishing setup here. Why don't we have our granary sort of out this way, I think. And that should be it for you guys. We won't worry too much about burgage pots just yet. Let's just run through our initial setup. A storehouse will be needed relatively soon, I suppose. So let's go ahead and just pop this next to the granary. And we'll connect these in with some roads as well. And I would also like to connect you to shaft spits as well if I can. This road doesn't really go through, although can we make it? Yeah, let's add our own road through there. And then we'll add a little road connection all the way through here. I really do enjoy the road building in Manor Lords. Super, so I think in terms of food here, the obvious choice is to go for fishing, isn't it? But we do need a couple of extra logs, so let's just go ahead and get this done. In the meantime, we can enjoy the wonderful ambience of Manor Lords as they construct a brand new settlement for us. Unreal Engine is looking fantastic these days, isn't it? It always has, really, but Manor Lords really utilises the Unreal Engine, doesn't it? It's super, super nice. Logging camp is finished. Let's get someone working in here. And then that will get us the extra log. So we can build the building that we need, which will be our fisherman's hut. Something very satisfying about a new settlement in Manor Lords, isn't there? Pretty much any simulation game, a new city, a new settlement, new village, whatever game it is you're playing, there's always something so wholesome about it, isn't there? My village folk, Peter. Ott, again, he's living here. There's another Ott in the other village as well. Thomas. Very exciting. But let's fast forward time here. Would like to build them a food supply pretty sharpish. And then we can build them some burgers pots as well. There we go. So, how do we want this one to sit? Really, these pools have like an enormous collision radius to them, don't they? You really have to set them quite far back. Sure, I guess we'll go for that route instead. Let's get someone working at the granary, which should be complete momentarily. Get all these supplies tucked away. So they do also want a market store. Let's get that done for them too. Into residential. And we want... it's not residential, is it? It is logistics. Where should we have their market? How about right outside the storehouses here? We do this. That should be pretty tasty. And then let's line up some roads around the back of our initial infrastructure. And we'll plan for some burgage pots here eventually too. How many people do we have spare here? We've still got 2 families going. You're also going to need, of course, a woodcutter's lodge. And pretty similar to what we did in the first settlement. we'll just have this by our logging camp over here too. So the other rich resource in this region was iron deposit, wasn't it? Which is quite far away again. But rich iron deposits can earn quite a lot of money, because we can turn them into tools, I believe, can't you, by industry? Yeah, so iron slabs, so we can go to bloomery and then smithy. So this province here, with rich fish and rich iron, especially if we specialise the points into them with the deep mine and the year-round advanced ice fishing, should be able to make quite a lot of money here, which should be quite nice. There goes our common goods stall, absolutely wonderful. Food store up as well. Got our resources being gathered now here. Now, how are we doing for building materials? 2 logs. We'll hang out here until we can build them their burgers plots. Which I'd like them to be quite big, these burgers plots, I think. Because we'll also do some vegetables as well, so they can be pretty much self-sufficient. Now, let's bring out some roads here to hold said burgers plots. Gonna have more fanning out in a bit of a angular direction, I think. Something like that. We do have some logs already, so let's go ahead and build the first house here. Also get the fisherman done as well. Full. Let's do burgers plot here. Just want to see what sort of space we could fill. Could we actually fill this entire... Cool, that's pretty massive. But could you imagine the size of the vegetable plots there? Or we could do one with the extra living space. I think we'll do 2. I don't think I'm massively bothered about the actual living space in this particular settlement. Because it should be alright. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the guy out of the storehouse for the time being and tell him to cut some wood. And then we can just wait for these burger spots to come up now and make sure these guys are housed. Let's head back to our other settlement, 63%. Do we have people living here yet? Not quite. How about in the one next door as well? Yeah, not just yet. But how are we doing for storage here? We're getting quite a lot of war bows, which is good. Why don't we consider selling some of them? So let's come to trade. Let's go to weapons. And what was do I need? Oh, they're all major trade routes, aren't they? So I need to buy the trade route in order to sell them. Which is a little bit annoying. But I think we'll set them up for export. And I guess sell anything over, let's say 30 maybe. Let's make sure we have a decent reserve in just in case we need to summon some archers. I think I might actually... Can I replace the family in here? Because a lot of them are currently sewing, which is a little bit annoying. I'd rather you be trading than actually sewing here. We also need to upgrade our church as well. Let's go ahead and get this set up. So we need industry for this. So, no, it's gathering, isn't it? Mining, yeah. So we want the mining pit. We could import them ourselves, but it's a major trade, so we're going to have to pay regional wealth in order to open the trade route. And we've got no deposit in range, and we want our clay pit over here. So we'll just make that ourselves. It won't take too long, we'll just rotate some families in and out. Where is the road through to Wildfeld? Where does that one go? Cuts through the forest. Is this the one we connected to? I think it was, wasn't it? No, we do also have 50 regional wealth here too. So we can immediately get those orchids going. Not the orchids, sorry, the vegetable plots, which I think we will do. And how are we doing for more space here? Yeah, let's keep these big old burger spots going. Can we fill that whole space there as well? Goodness me, we can. We even make that just one giant burger spot with the living space. I think we'll do that in that case there. And then over here. We nearly resolved our homeless problem. I think I'd like to provide a little bit of a boundary for this house over here. Let's cut it off there. Seems pretty sensible. And then we'll get that built. And then in terms of happiness here, we've also got to give them their church, which should be pretty easy. We're just going to need the sawmill for that, I believe. It should be residential. Yeah, we've already got the stone, we just need the saw pit. So we'll add that to our build list as well. And then let's carry on with the burgish plots in these big old spaces. Something like that, right? Let's do that as well. So these guys should be able to grow vegetables for days out here. And also not forgetting the pack station as well, which I think will keep roughly toward the edge of town, because they will be heading back to our initial settlement to send what is hopefully a large abundance of fish. Currently got 20. Yeah, they've hardly even touched the resource, have they? Which is really cool. There we go, getting some more families in here now, more family members at least. And we'll wait to pay for these upgrades over here too. Now let's also go ahead and do the sawmill for Wildfeld too. We can have this with one more log, which hopefully isn't very far away. There we go. We can have that right there. More family members joining the villages over in Sharspats as well, which is great. New families also moving in over there as well, which is cool. Here we are in August now. So I'm going to put a hunter back in the camp. We will need that. How are we doing for clothing supply here? It's still not too bad. Did we get people moving in here yet? Yeah, there we go. So these guys have these huge gardens now. Which, I know I'm trying to save regional wealth for the apple orchids here. Oh, should we save that really? I think maybe we will save it. Yeah, we just made a trade there, didn't we? Stocking goods for sale. Yeah, should we turn one of these big houses into the apple orchard then? I think if we just wait a little bit, because these guys are all trading and stocking resources here now. It shouldn't be too long before we get another trade hit. And there we go, we just got it now. So let's make this into apple orchard. Which, as it said, it will take a few years for them to come to fruition. But once they do, that food variety is really going to help our higher level houses, I think. And have we got people living here? Not yet, this one's still empty, but they will come in soon, I hope. We've got the apple orchard there now too. Yeah, with 2 spare families working on construction, did we get that one's... Did you not build your stuff? No? Did we not confirm that? I thought we committed to it. I thought it was building, maybe not. But otherwise everyone over here I think is pretty happy for the time being, aren't we? Still gathering up those resources too with getting our militia sorted. We do have the pub ready to stock up now as well. Did you build the mine? That we get so far away, that isn't it? Absolute trek. And let's get the extra living space here. I wonder if that will that fix the final homelessness problem if we have the extra living space in this burgers plot. I'm actually not sure. Let's make it highest priority and see if it does. We've got 14 months worth of fuel now as well, so let's take the woodcutter back out here and put him back into the storehouse so he can operate the common goods store. Yeah, that did fix the last homelessness problem, so that's fantastic, that's perfect. Actually, no, don't go back to the common goods store yet. Come back and do the saw pit because we want to get the church built here. Where was that bandit camp sited? Where are you? Ooh, you're a little close to our new settlement, actually. I don't think we can beat the AI army over there. I'm pretty sure we can't. I'm going to try and rally here. I want to take that out. I want the points for that. Let's gather the merry men. And we'll see if we can beat the AI to the bandit camp. Where are they coming from? Come on, boys. we need this influence. Don't let me down now. Come on, stand in this little clearing over here. Are they going to beat us to it? Oh, this is going to be a bloody close one. I think they are going to beat us to it, aren't they? They're very, very close. Although, if I can sneak in and take the bandit camp while they deal with the bandits, because of course they'll have to stop and fight, won't they? And I can just run in and grab the bandit camp. Maybe that'll work. We'll find out anyway. Come on, lads. Let's, yeah, it looks like they're coming toward us here. Fantastic. So, I will... Yeah, let's fight here. Men just behind. Are they gonna go... If the AI steals the camp without me actually fighting, I will be incredibly irritated. Let's see if we can move our archer militia around the side now to get some shots in. Let's back up the retinue there with the spears as well. We got some nice cinematic shots of the fight kicking off. You lads want to shoot? You won anyway, regardless. And oh, they are going to take it, aren't they? Don't you dare. Oh, they took it. They took it. Oh, you ass. You ass. I should have let them fight that. I should have let them fight it, shouldn't I? They took the reward. Yeah, I should have let them engage the bandits and I could have swooped in and took the reward. That is a pain in the ass. But then I think we did get a big chunk of influence for fighting them, did we? Damn it. Until next time, Lord Hildebalt, you win that round. You win that round. Right, let's get the boys back home. Everything in Wildfeld is hunky-dory now. We've got very nearly the amount of planks we need to build the church. Although we do also need some logs, which hopefully aren't too far away. Ploughing by hand. Oh, that's such a shame, isn't it? I could have really done with that, that treasury wealth. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, disband. Everyone go home. I haven't missed a bandit camp spawning in, have I? No. Because they're good money and good influence, those bandit camps, so it's good to get them when we can. We're just waiting for supplies here now. Where are our people? Debranching a tree. And then we've got the planks. So Sawpick can leave. You go back to the storehouse. And then we'll get our church built in Wildfeld. And then probably leave today's episode there, I think. In terms of fertility here, there is a little bit of rye farming possible. A rye farm, if you will. So maybe we can have a look at some farming next episode to start producing some bread or other farmable crops. We'll see what we can get planted. Everyone in Chatspits is okay. The berries are empty now, are they? They are indeed. So remove the berrymen. How are we doing for animals over here as well? Have you hunted them down yet? No, it's still 20 actually. Do we not have people in our hunters camp? Where are you? Crafting. Did we forget to set the work area? Come and hunt over here. That should... Yeah, there you go. They're off to hunt now. That's perfect. And we've got... not bad food here, although I'm guessing all these new people are starting to eat into our food chain a little bit. But with all these burgage plots now starting to produce food, it shouldn't have a massive impact. I wouldn't mind a few more animals over here, actually. Because we do have goats, which are contributing... Well, I guess the 2 hide would have come from the goats there, wouldn't they? So that's slowly coming into our kind of production chain economy now. And we're not stocking the pack station just yet, although we will need to order a mule at some point. I don't think it comes with one, does it? No. But we're not ready to trade between regions yet, we're just getting that infrastructure set up. And we are very close to being able to build our church in terms of where we're going to put it. Probably... Let's have it there, I think. Next to the logging camp. We do have a little bit more regional wealth to spend here. Maybe we could go for what you guys like for diet variety over here. It's fish and bread, although that bread is going to run out. The vegetables will kick in, but again, I think just for variety. Let's get some chickens in, because those eggs really help. And that should be fine now. I think everyone's happy here now. Above 53% approval at least. Yeah, I think we will also expand the living space here as well. Don't think we can do it in any other ones, can we? This one already has it, that one didn't have the option. So you guys are very slow at producing logs here. I guess you're not in a massively forested area, are you? Let's wait until we have this second piece of timber here. And then we can upgrade our living space in this new house, which will give us that extra headroom with the families. So the granary's stocking decent fish. They've got a month's worth of food over here, or a year's worth rather. And that orchardry is starting to kick in as well now. Let's have a little look around. I'll tell you what, actually, let's come over here. And we should be walking to town past the new orchard. Orchard. Where the hell am I? I'm around the back of the orchard here, aren't I? This is so cool. I've never really used the apples before, so we'll see how they contribute to our food economy as well. Otherwise, guys, we'll leave it there. Massive shout out to all the patrons that support the channel with the raw call to our golden eggs: Andrew Perez, Louis Adlam, Oh Hey Casino, and Phoenix MD. If you want to get involved in that, links below to Patreon Instant Gaming are the best ways to support the channel further if you wish. Otherwise, I hope you're enjoying our new exploration of the Manor Lords beta together. It's a really fun developing game that's had in so much cool things, and just look at it. An early access title, absolutely mind-blowing, simply superb game. Otherwise, I'd thank you all so much indeed for watching, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.